Hello, hello, hello. I am Alec Game Dev. I am Alec, and you are watching Alec Game Dev, shall I say. And welcome to day 6. Sorry, let me turn down Spotify, because I did notice in my recordings. Sorry about this. Right, so I noticed in my recordings there were some my voice wasn't loud enough. You could understand what I was saying, it just wasn't loud enough. What else? Oh yeah, before we get started, I did work on the controller script. The monkey movement, basically. So if I was to show you the game now, it won't work because I loaded in and I got a lot of TextMesh Pro issues, which I think I could easily fix anyway. So anyway, let me show you actually what I did. So yesterday I was did a quick look at how, some scripts and on how to make double jump work, and I couldn't make it work. So like when you hold it down, it jumps higher. So what I did was follow two tutorials, both from Blackthorn Prod, and they I started with this double jump controller. Basically, he shows how to make the controller, the whole regular character controller. From there, he starts up. Sorry. He shows how to add double jumps, which work completely fine. From there, I did do that second. I used a second script which he made, which he does also make this controller script from scratch. But I managed to take what I need from here, which actually, let me get the script up, which is basically just if you hold this down, which one was it? Play controller, right? What's broken jump? I've just got 3 scripts, all for play, 4 scripts really. 3 broken, 1 not broken. But what this script does, if I show you, where is it? Yeah, this is the jump timer thing we were trying to fix yesterday. Trying to make work in our script, so I took this jump timer, basically put it in the extra jumps as normal, but it only happens inside of the double jump. So if you have watched the video, it'll help to understand. But you basically, when you press an extra jump, when you press down the screen, which in our case is get mouse button down, which will indicate with should press the screen, it'll check how many jumps you have left, and if it's more than 0, then perform the double jump, which is here. Wait, yeah, whole jump is there, but basically it's just a regular jump. Where is it there? Something like that. I don't think it is that exact one, but you just perform a double jump, and from there, did do some. Oh yeah, it was with rotating. So what he did is he used a different type of script, different way of scripting it. So can I see it? Yes, he uses input.get horizontal. So he uses integers rather than what we did, which was use bools, which is basically true or false, where integers are numbers, whole numbers. So he used a whole number times by the speed to show how fast you're going, and then to show which way you are supposed to be facing. What I did was changed, I called it direction facing rather than flip, whatever I called it. And what I did was, if you were to come down here, it basically if you jump, if you do your double jump, yeah, if you double jump, then on the second jump, it checks which way you're facing. If you're facing 1, which means you're facing right, or -1 means you're facing left. What it does is it changes the direction you're facing, basically switches it around, which then changes this direction facing here, which relates to which way you're facing. From there, I put cam flip to the false, which always says it right here, disabling the player from flipping, because it was just, I didn't have any type of system to stop you from jumping if you were from flipping again if you did double jump. So you could double jump and it would stop double jumping, but as long as if you keep pressing it, it would make you jump again and again and again. It will make you flip again and again and again, sorry. So that is here actually. Can flip, yes. So basically, this is the first jump. Yeah, this is the first jump. It resets the values on that first jump straight away. So basically, yes, you are now jumping. Start the jump timer and can flip. This is the same with that jump timer in the second jump as well. Just make it like basically the same. Then it checks the velocity as long as you're holding it. Wait, no, this is just jumping it. It's just making you jump. This is checks if you are still holding it, then sets it to hold your jump by basically keep going up. It'll keep looping this around and keep bringing you up until the timer, which this does. So it deals with this part here, deals with a timer, and as soon as that timer ends, which will then bring you to this else statement, it just puts is jumping is false, which then will cancel this out, this whole part out, and you'll just fall. Don't need the script to that because the rigid body will do that. This part is for if you were to let go early. So like, wait, it says jump to false when letting go of the jump key. So this part checks basically have you let go early, which is why it's get mouse button up. If you do let go early, then just set jumping to false. And where are you? This part will now cancel out. This part checks if you are grounding. Extra jumps equals jump value. Oh no, I set it up here. What this does is just, instead of going resetting the value up, it does reset up. No, it doesn't. I could just reset it up here, but I don't know. It works, so I'm not going to mess with it now. This does basically checks if you are grounded, then reset the jump timer ready for the next time you start jumping. What's this? This is the double jumping part. So this checks extra jumps. How many? If you basically it's an integer. So we start at the number 2. The first jump is just the default 1 jump, because it just detects when you press it the screen down rather than when you start a double jump, because it's easy to detect it that way. Oops. So when you do a jump, it will do the regular old jumping part, jump timer, yeah. But it has this extra part, double jumps minus, which is what Blackthorn Pro does. Basically, it's the same as extra jumps equals extra jumps -1. I guess it just works. And then, so keep going minus every time you double jump. I can also set how many times I want it to jump. How many double jumps I want. So like, I could have triple jump or quadruple jump. It's fine though. I only want double. So then when it equals 0, it just puts is jumping is false. Everything gets go, bye, and you cannot jump. What's this? Jumping when grounded. Oh, yeah, this is the failsafe. So if you jump and you are grounded, but you have 0 jumps left, you can still jump because you are on the ground. And I believe when you jump for the first time, it resets your value. This flipping. Oh, this is the part I had to do all by myself. How special. How smart am I? So what this does is, if you get the mouse button, if you press the screen, get mouse button down, and you have no extra jumps left, and you are not grounded, but you can still flip. So basically, if you're in the air and you have no extra jumps left, and you can still flip, what it does, basically this is saying after you double jump, because it takes away at 0, so after you done your double jump, straight away, check what direction you are facing. So if you are facing right or left, I did actually label them up here to remind me if I ever forgot or came back to the script in the future. I did try, if you've seen how many like notes I put down, just to try and remind myself of the future. Which just seems to actually be explaining this script very well and speaking very fast. But, yeah, it does this check. So, are you facing right or are you facing left? If you're facing right, then change it to -1. Which is what this does again, same as before, what I said before. It flips you around, and wait, where am I? Yes, and then can flip false, so you will now not. So this is basically triggering this to be a false, basically triggering the can flip to false, so it does not go through this script if you were to press it again, and again and again and again. So then it'll just skip this, and it will not use it. Then if you are not grounded, this is basically the same from the original script that we stole off the internet somewhere. What it does is, if you are not grounded, basically I also re-added this part because I noticed my animation for the straight, like monkey facing straight forwards, was not set, so I set the animation to false, set the sprite to jump sprite if you are not grounded. But if you are grounded, then I didn't realize this, but because I was getting a bit worried when I was scripting this, typing this back up, thinking, if we set the sprite before, how do we set it back? But that's what the whole point of the animator is for, because it's always animating. It'll just reset it, so when that goes true. Oof. How far are we in? 15 minutes. Okay. I did actually bring myself a carton of juice to put in my bottle if it ran out, like it just did. I need to take a breather. Also, before we get into it, let me show you something. So you remember that 3 hours and 40 minutes non-stop stream? Oh, I don't think I have it, do I? I think I backed it up, so because my, come on, please just have this one. Yes, it was the last one to copy through. I'm uploading them tomorrow, I believe, so Monkey Movement Part 2 it'll be called. Look, the full video, the unedited version is just 10 minutes. I tried compressing it as much as possible. This is actually a lower amount, like less video, same quality, same frame rate, 17 gigabytes. That's right, 17 gigabytes. Like if we were to, oops. Like if I was to get info on this. Where are you? More info. As you say, it's just the same screen resolution. So I would have expected it to be the same. By the way, the stream is in 1080p, not 1250, 2560 by 1600. Just to make my codec a bit quicker. Yeah, I just saw that really quickly. It was 3 hours and 41 minutes. So let's get into this. So I just loaded into Unity and I got these errors. Let's fix this. Main menu controller.cs UI. UI does not contain namespace for Unity engine. Using what? But using this, I did not do anything to these scripts, by the way. This is the first time I've ever saw this. No updates, no anything. It's the exact same as we used yesterday. Exact same Unity version. Let's do the old let's do the old reboot. Switch it off and switch it on again. As my old friend Daddy Pig would say, from Peppa Pig that is. Ooh, I can save on shoes with uni days. Study smart this year. Bag up to 75% off study essentials to help you stay focused. No, thank you. Apps. Oh, I get apps slated for deep sleep because I've been awake late. Oh, I don't need apps for that. Nope, don't need to read my emails. It's all just boring stuff. Nope. I don't want to. Why does it send me 2 notifications? Oh, it's 3 degrees warmer than tomorrow. Is 3 degrees warmer than it was today. Ooh, I'm scared. Actually, I am global warming. Scary. I don't know what I am on today. I just had fish and chips, so I'm definitely not on anything. I just feel a bit warm actually, so I am scared. So, how's the wife? Kids? Husband? I'm not judging. Judging if you have kids. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I'm not judging if you've had kids. I'm a kid. I've been a kid myself. I know all about it. I know all about being a kid. Oh, I am so stupid. By the way, what I said was refilling my drink. It is a £1 mango juice drink. One of those cheap things that you'd get in the corner shop. Mango juice drink with sugar and sweetener. I was actually hoping it would not have sugar and sweetener because I'm pretty sure mangoes are sweet anyway, right? Or mangoes that one weird bittersweet? Sweet. Because, fruit. Not much to fill up actually. Anyway, rebooting seemed to have fixed my errors. The package cache was invalidated and rebuilt because the following immutable assets were expectedly altered. Okay, so that seems to be fixed. It must have just been like when I closed the application, not close it properly. Even though I saved it, maybe I saved it and closed it too quickly. I don't know, because Unity has their own like little bar for saving, doesn't it? Like save. No, not save this. What's this at the bottom right? What's shaders? That's the shaders thing, right? Like building lights. Yeah. Compiling compute variants. Do you know what it is? I was encoding encoding 3 videos before, those ones that I've shown you. Could be related to that and this. Anyway, let's show you the script now. By the way, I will be using the mouse button only to jump. It moves automatically, which is great. Look, I'm boing. It even does that flinging. And if I just click it once slightly, I was to hold it, like hold and hold. I'll probably want to shorten them. Like, I don't want to be going for too long, or maybe just put like, I don't know. But it seems to be working pretty good. What he did also show me in the video is that part where like sticking to walls does not happen anymore. So with that, I can now create my own sticking to walls thing and it'll work completely fine. That's if I want to do that anyway. What was I supposed to be doing today? Oh, I don't want to be creating assets. I really don't like that. It's the thing I'm going to do off screen. But it's not a thing I'm going to be doing off screen because I need to do it. Can I just steal them? Legally. You won't tell, will you? If I steal them? From the Unity Asset Store? Which is made for indie developers. Well, not just indie developers. But you know. What do I want? I want, 2D forest. Pricing to free. Minecraft clone. Forest sprite sheet. Yes, I see it. I see it. Do you see it? Let's see. Why am I acting so weird today? Jungle asset. Where are you? These are not free. Free. Something that looks a bit like those, but these are not sprite sheets. I was actually thinking of downloading GIMP or GIMP to make my sprites, but I'm not sure. Also, I'll need to learn how to use sprite sheets. What was that thing called again? Jungle. What was that thing called? A jungle. See, these give me Sonic vibes. Vibes, I'm never saying that again. Let's just put Unity. See, it's something like these, but like, I don't know. I'll save this for later. Jungles. I can just put jungle actually. These all sprite sheets. Yes, most of them are. It's best if I put jungle sprite sheet. Don't use these as NFTs. It's okay. Wasn't planning to. I'm under the age to be able to make sell NFTs. I'll buy them. Jungle sprite sheet. Because I'm 17, not 18. Alright, I guess I'll just do it from here. My great way of searching did not help. I was hoping there would be a whole thing for sprite sheets. What was that? Oh, yes! Something like this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's itch.io. Oh, come on. Yes! Can I use these? Name your own price. I'll name my price. Boom, boom. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Boom, boom. Actually, yeah, that's easier. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes. Now, where are our sprites? Come on, what have we got? What have we got? We've even got a character. What's ASE files? What's that? So I should just do a quick check on that. ASE file. Adobe Switch Exchange file. I can Swatch. I mean, but I can use those. I've got Adobe. I've got the I've got the Adobe Suite. We don't need them because they seem to have GIFs. I'm not using that, but thank you anyway. Jungle tile set. Let's put that in. What's this? Let's just open all of them. No. Let's continue with this. Next step. How do we use sprites? Unity, how to use Sprite sheet. I know how to use a Sprite sheet. Sprite. Sprite. That's what we need. That's what I was thinking of before. Okay, so I can get this started first. Sprite 2D UI. Multiple. Sprite editor. Apply. Slice. Automatic. Boom. Nope. Delete existing. Boom. Oh, come on. Boom. Nope. 10 by 10? Boom. Closer. 9 by 9. Boom. Nope. 8 by 8. There we have it. I think anyway. I'm just like... Perfect. I should just use my mouse, right? That'll be easier. Oh, I didn't mean to make that. Alright, I just double checking that I'm not doing anything. But yes, just having a quick look around this. Seems to have worked. I can't use my scrolling left and right, so I'm stuck using the right mouse button, which is a lot smaller than the left mouse button. As you see, I accidentally did that up. So yeah, it seems to work. Can I just apply this now? This is perfect. Sorry about that. I was having a drink. I did see a video of some guy making a version of like a game of. Oh, let's go to Black Phone Pro again. Just gonna do a quick skim across this, but I saw him like using some kind of paint tool built into Unity to do it, but it didn't go into much detail. So if I was in Unity, how do we use this? I think this is just showing us how to slice them now.
Trying to chill and avoid the heat.
Shut up. Oh no, this is a player. Sprite. Unity, how to add tiles. How to draw tiles. Painting on tile maps. Aha, so it's just tile maps as creating a tile palette. So what is there? I should really read a bit more into this. Is this done? Yeah, that's done. So is that like Windows Sprite today's tile palette? Perfect. Yes, this is what I saw. So can I just? Or I need to switch this like some kind of tile map. No. Tile maps for paint tool for the tile palette there. Itself. Tile palette create no. Yes. World. Oh, I should call it world palette. Let's put it into the sprites. No, I want to add like this. Oh, this could go badly. Let's see how this works. Uh-oh. Right. This seems to be taking a while. It seems to be almost done though. So that's good. Okay. A way around this would be to delete this whole thing and start again. Another way would not to be to delete this whole thing, but instead just go into this, assets, sprites, and go down right to where we see something completely different. There's lots. Oh, it's because a lot of these are empty. Yep. I did click delete. Seem to be deleting quite slowly. That works. As well as this, we need to delete the world palette. So if we empty this, go into Unity, boom. World palette, create. I clicked cancel, didn't I? World palette. Let's try it again. Create. Save. I'm not going to make the same mistakes this time. I'm going to put in here jungle tile set. Now if we click edit, oh no. Drag tile sprite texture here. Alright, so if I just, okay, so we put this into here. I might, however, be able to delete a lot of those empty parts. I should realistically duplicate this scene and use it as like a testing scene for like making prefabs and whatever. But for now it's just for testing, so I think it'll be fine. Because if you don't remember, I want this game to be like an endless runner. And to do that, we could draw everything in at once, but then that would be impossible because there would still be an end somewhere. Plus, I would realistically want some kind of way to like save up on storage of things. Like not storage, but like I did this exact thing. Like compute power, CPU power, RAM. Yeah, you get it. Where's my phone? 1 second. Alexa, light on.
Okay.
I cannot find my phone. Hello? Well, that's not a good idea to have my headphones on my microphone at all times. But the issue was that my phone was... I thought I left my phone on my bed, but it was actually behind my laptop. So... world palette? Oh, I need to go into tile palette, won't I? Can I just... Okay, fine. Can I just like... What is this? Select scenario, alright. Okay, I've done that then. What's wrong with this? Editing a tile balance prefabs. So what? Somehow make this a prefab? Angle, hang on. So if I just go to, it just says if I go to West End. So can I like take this out a window? Okay. So if I click on Unity, will it'll go in the background? Okay. So I guess I'll just have it there then. So I have to like click on something. And I'll like paint. Oh, hang on. Editing tile maps in prefabs will have better performance if editing in prefab mode. Oh, this is horrible. So this is saying edit this. Gizmos. Right, open the palette in prefab mode. How do you do that? Create prefab this world palette prefab. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, so hang on, no. So right now, create empty world. Does it have to be on the canvas? No. Add component while in prefab mode. How do you get? So we're now in prefab mode. Select paint target. Just paint something. It's saying like right click. But it's not doing anything, gizmos. I'm just clicking away at this point. So prefab must not already be a palette asset. So this part the tile palette can display icons and gizmos. So we created it, edit, yep, and right. How to use Unity Sprite editor. Unity official tutorials, right.
The Sprite editor is used to take images containing multiple elements, like an atlas or sprite sheet, and slice them into individual sprites.
Yeah.
In the inspector.
No, it's not Sprite editor as it is. Tile palette. Tile palette. Brockies, go on.
Making your game art in tiles can want to set the filter mode to point so it doesn't get blurred out.
Good idea. Well, I mean, come on then, tell me what to do.
We can also go down here and disable compression. Now if we apply these settings, we can open up the Sprite editor, and here we want to define each individual tile and onto here. And our tile map has two components.
There's my shoe. There you go. Maybe it needs to be here. Alright, I need to just follow this tutorial and see what's going on.
A tile map which has a layer. If we want multiple, we can of course configure stuff like cell size and gap here.
So let's say we don't need this. This needs to have a grid on it.
But in most cases you probably just want to leave those be. Then we can expand this object, and under here we have our tile map. Now you can consider a tile map in Unity kind of like a layer. If we want multiple tiles on top of each other, we simply want to create multiple tile maps that we can draw onto. So this here is our first tile map layer. And so we can call it something like tile map we can draw onto. Now you can consider a tile map in Unity kind of like a layer. If we want multiple tiles on top of each other, we simply want to map here, but in most cases you probably just want to leave those be. Then we can expand this object, and under here we have our tile map. Now you can...
So I'll have to create a new grid. So what did he create?
As a sprite. So next what we want to do is create a tile map. To do that we go to the hierarchy, right click, go to the object and select.
Yep. Nope.
Tile map. And you can see it automatically.
This is how rectangles work. Seem to work.
Creates this object called a grid. That's because all tile maps in Unity like cell size and gap. In each of these grid cells we can now place tiles. If you've ever used the UI system, think of the grid just like a UI canvas. We can of course configure stuff like cell size and gap here, but in most cases you probably just want to leave those be. Then we can expand this object, and under here we have our tile map. Now you can consider a tile map in Unity kind of like a layer. If we want multiple tiles on top of each other, we simply want to create multiple tile maps that we can draw onto. So this here is our first tile map layer. And so we can call it something like tilemap underscore base. Just ourselves know what we want to paint onto here. And our tile map has two components, a tile map which has configurations for the layer, and a tile map renderer where you can configure stuff like what material to use. But we just want to leave all that by default, and instead we want to go window and bring up our tile palette. And this window, so we could go what to do. Drag tile sprite in a very chaotic way. Like multiple tiles if you want to paint more at a time. So I'm going to start painting away on a tiny level.
So it's literally just paint it on. I see. Okay, that's getting somewhere. These are all super tiny. Why are they all super tiny? Do I have to create a new palette? I click cancel again. So maybe this will work now? Or maybe it's because these squares represent each tile. Or maybe it's because we switch it to a point no filter. Almost now really, and we've basically done nothing. Great. Let's just wait for this. Oh god. There we go. Why is everything so small?
You can also select multiple tiles if you want to paint more at a time.
My wrap mode also clamp. Okay, Unity tile. What's it called? Tile palette. Too small. Well, you'll have to set pixel per unit on your Sprite. Pixel per unit on your Sprite mean section. Right, come on then. No! Just want to use it to zoom in. How'd you get to the input things? I don't know. Oh, it's right there. So I don't know how big mine are, but we'll try 32. Apply that. Like that. Hello, Mike is funny. Sorry, I don't know when this was from. I don't think it could have been from that long ago anyway. Let's try 7 anyway. This is hard to understand. No! It's like it could just be one off, so 8. There we go! Finally! Okay. So I need to choose grass, maybe? Yes, so I'll need to could I need something more like trees, don't I? I guess we could make these into trees, like, unless there is something we can use, I don't know. So for now, so put as temporary things invisible. All I want is a very simple thing. Oh no. Yeah, seems wrong. So let's try that really quickly. See, this works out. Yes, this could be because it has no colliders. Let's hope this works. Can I just add a box collider 2D? I don't know how well that will work. What if I put my player into the grid? Because I'm pretty sure sprites and tile maps should work in a way. No.
Streaming exclusively on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
be quiet. Unity. How to make sprites collide with what do I want it to collide with? I want it to collide with the script, no, tile map.
Now, this is a single image, but it contains multiple image information. It has multiple sprites within it. Within Unity, to help it even more better understand tile. I'm going to click Apply, and the hierarchy view, I'm going to click Create 2D Object Tile Map. And notice it added a grid to the hierarchy view. In Unity, we want that we know grid, which is part of the tile map, or painted to the tile map, which is part of the grid. With the tile map selected, we're coming down to Add Component. Then from its list, scroll down to Tile Map. Click on that, and then Tile Map Collider 2D. Okay, well,
Okay.
now it also needs a material. And this comes back to materials again and again. We're going to continue to use the same material we've been using throughout this, new physics material 2D. Again, we could create new materials if we wanted.
I did make a physics material. That was play material. World. Create physics material. Where are you? P. Not F for F for physics. No, it was right there. I saw it. Let's leave that for now. Tile map collider. Fine then. Let's just work. I'm just wondering if I need to add a tile map collider to this and put the player inside the grid. Wondering, will that work? It does not.
With bounciness and friction, and we want to play. Okay, gravity took effect, and now, boom, we run into a wall.
But how?
And boom, and then with them. Moving into this video, we want to talk about time effect. So now we've increased the scale of our player game object, and I'm going to click play. And once it catches back up, we realize it still works the same. we've increased the scale, and we can still move horizontal and vertical based on the speed, but now it corresponds to the size. So we're in different ways of our main theme of this video.
Sprite's collision with tile map. Okay. We're gonna to make all tiles invisible. Summon an invisible box the size of the tile. Give it a collider. Colliders on tiles won't actually be applied unless you add a component called 2D. So the colliders won't on the tiles won't actually be applied unless you. So let's try it again. I'm wondering if both of these have the player material. Would that change things? It does not. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. So grid. I'm missing something. Let's look at this guy's tutorial again.
Now, this is a single image, but it contains multiple image information. It has multiple sprites within it. So what we want to do is we want to tell Unity that's the case, and then we can start to move towards the tile palette. So I've got my tiles imported within my images. I've got it open within the inspector view. Now within sprite mode, it automatically assumed it was single. This is not single.
This is not what we need, is it?
Grid. The grid is going to have tiles, and we're going to use a tile palette, a selection of tiles we want, to then paint onto that grid the different tiles we want. A tile, all of them need to get a player game up draw tile map, a new it contains multiple image information. It has multiple sprites within it. So what we want to do is we want to tell Unity that's the case, and then we can start to move towards the tile palette. So I've got my tiles imported within my images. I've got it open within the inspector view. Now within sprite mode, it automatically assumed it was single. This is not single, this is multiple. So now I've gone to sprite mode and changed it over to multiple. It all 232, and we want to cut. As soon as we did that, exactly the way we want. We have 2 in the reverse that I did in the previous video. Explaining tile maps within Unity. They're in fact part of a grid, and the grid contains the tiles. So if I open the grid, I notice it has a tile map within it. The tile map, our tile map. Next, we have our tile map, and we have our grid, we have our files, and the files are set up the way we want. What do we do? Well, I mentioned when I was explaining tile maps within Unity, we want to use a tile palette to paint onto the tile map. That's not as obvious about where to go next, but what we do is we pull up the tile palette. It's within Window. So finally, we can actually do something with this palette, this tile palette, within the to see what happens. Well, we've got our new player game object moving left and right. What happens if we move into these tiles? Ooh, we just slide right past them. We're not colliding with them. Well, that's not exactly what we want. These are walls, so the walls should probably stop us. So let's come out of play mode and talk about that. So similar to how we added a box collider on the floor in the player, we want to actually add a new collider to the tile map, so we can tell the tile map that it should think about collisions. So we do that similar to how we've done everything else. With the tile map selected, we're coming down to Add Component, then from its list, scroll down to Tile Map. Click on that, and then Tile Map Collider 2D.
Okay. So So we have the component tile map collider 2D. Then what?
Okay, well, now it also needs a material, and this comes back to materials again and again. We're going to continue to use the same material we've been using throughout this, new physics material 2D. Again, we could create new materials if we wanted to deal with bounciness and friction. And we want to play. Okay, gravity took effect, and now, boom, we run into a wall. And boom, we run. Also needs a material, and this comes back to Unity 2D Basic bit from the project. Well, now we need a floor because now we want to be able to switch to define our walls and floor tile map we're drawing to. So what's going on? Well, what it's doing now, we're colliding with the floor, which is a different tile map than the walls. Oh no, our little person's bouncing around. That's not what we want to happen. That's incredibly weird and silly.
So what this is telling us is, as long as we have the collider in place, it should run. Unless it does. Hang on, yes it does. Now that is weird. So what I've noticed is happening is this part seems to be working, but this part, so if I was to just rub it out, and what is this? Oh. Right, no. So what's happened is I put it on the grid rather than the world. The world rather than the grid. So now if I was to do it, player should stay still. Well, not stay still, but stay on it. Close enough. Do a quick setup on this. Yep, good enough. Now I've put this as ground. So it does detect this as ground. Another thing is it only detects the bottom part of the monkey. Only the bottom part of the monkey detects ground, which is why it's doing that. And I think I would need to make... Yeah, I've noticed that one little part though. Hopefully it will be fixed shortly. But for now we've got the basic part of it working. So if we scale up 5 by 5 by 5, the monkey should now look a bit more correct to the world. Good! Now we just need to bring this back a bit somehow. So my issue now is, seems to be like, so it's Unity Cine machine, move camera back further away from Sprite.
Trying to chill and avoid the heat.
No.
It's not easy. Outside,
Temperatures are rising. Online, we're trying to keep up with the new hot thing. There's more heat than ever. Don't let your
Oh,
chill
shut
time
up.
get cancelled.
I'm just wondering if it's just that everything is too big. So what if we were to like to do that really quickly? But then go to tile palette. I know there is a way to there it is. There we go, and I bet this will look better. Getting there. So if we were to make a simple test level, how would this work? By the way, I'm going to change to floors. So, sticking with this main part again. See, these grasses don't look as good anymore. I'm now wondering, is it because this size is just 12? So before we do, let's just apply that. Ah. So if we go 15. Does that make it bigger or smaller? So if we go 30. So what I'm doing right now, it seems to be making it more high quality. Wrong. 20. $19. Trying to bring it to the best as I can. 18. Might actually just be 15. $17? Oh, no, 167. 17. Either this or 15 now. Alright. Do a quick compare with this to 15. Ooh. 16. 15. Is just that little bit too big. You can see it's like it's just cutting over the line. Oh, not 18, 16. Is just the perfect size. There's no cut off there at all. and that does look good in the game. I'll just create a long line of this. Just to play around in for a minute. Start to feel like those and those. Those. Just realize how far out we actually are. Should be fine to play around in for a minute anyway. So we need to quickly get through this part. Unity, Sprite getting stuck on tile map.
To solve this issue. This prevents the character from getting stuck in corners, but it's not great because now the character might jump slightly when running over a corner. Instead, what we really want is to merge the tiles together to have one contiguous collider. This way, our character will not encounter corners in between tiles anymore, which was the source of the problem. Collisions are resolved as usual, and our character can run over tiles without getting stuck. Yay! So, going back to Unity, we can achieve the same result of merging the colliders of each tile of a tile map
Trying to
by
chill
adding
and
a
avoid
composite
the
collider
heat.
to the
It's
component
not
to
easy.
the tile map.
No! So what is this? Composite collider now. That does, but okay. It's a rigid body. That can be static. Does that fix it?
And suddenly, the tiles here are one collider. With this change, my character is no longer stuck in between tiles because there is only one collider and there is no way for the engine to make a mistake while computing the collision. Okay, so that's the first fix. But now you might notice that there is another problem. See here, my character is getting stuck on the ceiling, even though he can jump higher than that. He gets stuck. Same here. Here, see, we would expect the character to be able to fall off this ledge, right? But he is getting stuck. And that's the same problem again. If we zoom in, we can see that there is some kind of gap because of the way that Unity computes collision. And because of this, in this situation, our character is stuck. Okay, so this is also another easy fix. What we can do is decrease the collider of our player, and that's something that might be a bit counterintuitive in the beginning because you look at your character is a box, right, of a size 1 by 1, which is the exact same size of a tile, and so you might think, why would I change the collider because it fits perfectly, right? Well, actually, it doesn't really fit perfectly. If I start the game, fix that, and the way to fix that is to reduce the is perfectly lined up. because you don't see that from afar, but you could also use 96 and overlap the collider here. Works exactly.
So just put 0.95 for both. Sorry for being so quiet. I was just figuring that out. Hang on, what did he actually change? I forgot to pay attention to that. Rigid body, the box collider size. Let's just hope that'll be fine now, actually.
I love you, Aztecs.
Still clipping onto things. What have I done wrong? Was I supposed to do something with that composite collider?
Collider 2D, you can click on use by
Tile map collider used by composite. Is that all? Yeah. Is that all?
and suddenly all the tiles here are one collider.
Sorry, my laptop is not loud. I'm not sure why. So I feel just like I've just watched some movie for so long. 1 hour and 32 minutes in, but it seems to have fixed the issue more or less. I keep forgetting I can hold it now, so hold it. Oh. So I do that and then, oh no. Ah no, what's happened? Unity Sprite fell into tile map. Unless that was just a one-time glitch, hopefully, and saying that, I don't think that'll be a one-time thing, so let's just get up high and jump. That's what this monkey needs to do now. Nothing racist, it's just testing things. Yep. Okay. That could just be the issue. Aha, I actually fixed it all on my own. Without ever learning how it works. I just know polygons do have a different way of, like, I think it does the whole of the inside rather than just the outside. That seemed to fix that issue. Yeah. Let's do one last test of that. So what we actually need to do right now is scenes, duplicate that and call this new one test game. Test game. Now if we go into main game, we can see what happens if we empty this one. So let's just like do that. Okay, so it is depending on the actual scene. That's fine then. Does this matter what we use? No, it really doesn't matter. So we're going to grid, tile map flows. What I'm really going to do now in a minute is create like 3 different grids. Let's just delete this grid altogether. Create folder called prefabs. We've already got a prefabs folder. So create folder. World tiles. Okay. Can I just rename it to world tiles 001. That doesn't mean I'm going to make 999 of these, just so I can keep track of where they are. Okay. Tiles. So this one's going to be more like our main tiles, like the first thing you'll spawn to see. Spawn and see. I want something a bit more like what was on that other bit. Can I like there? Just like I just keep clicking it. I remember I can just paint it on. A bit like what's it called? Terrains. I'm just making it high enough so the monkey could definitely not jump over it. That should be fine, yeah. And just for a bit of testing while I'm doing this, do a 3x3. Oh no. 4x4, I guess. Wrong way around. I should have guessed that because we're using bottom corner instead of right corner. What? What? Oh, that's why this is here. That's supposed to be down there. No, it looks right there. Can't it just have like single pieces on dirt? No. These look thinner, do they? So quick test, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I was about to copy and paste that then. So I want actually, could I just like use those? Or even better, just use these like 1, 2, 1, 2, and they're like 1, 2, 1, 2. Oops. That. What I'm doing here is I'm just doing a quick test. See if the prefab does copy over. No. So what I have to do is create a new prefab. Prefab variant. The difference between that and the original. They still create their own, so let's go prefab unpack. So I can now delete these. Oh, that's what I read before, so if I do that, go into that, paint on this a little, then go back. Now I create a new prefab here, and there we go, it copies over. Just what we need. So what this is basically saying is, just draw it on the prefab instead. That's pretty good as well. I can also select these to use to just draw anything. Oh, no, I can't. Let's just do this for now. No. So if I save this as prefab 02. So then if I was to move this, I'm just using this as like a size reference. Don't need this part anymore. So then, oh, that won't do anything, will it? You know what? Pre-house 01. Oh, we need that one. No. He's 02 though. It's fine. So we need to pre-house 01. Okay. So we can like remove that part. Hide that. Duplicate it, call it 2. Prefab unpack. Oh no, that's not unpack. Unpack. Point its own thing. Undo that because we made a mistake. Okay, let's try it again. Duplicate. Prefab. Unpack. Name this 02. Enable it. And then we do that. And then we go into this and then we edit it from here. And now we can go into the painting part. Just a good little smiley face. Yep, and that's all we need. Now what I want to do is how to paste Unity Endless Runner 2D.
Hey, what's up? Give it a value of 0. Now it's time to add our looping background into the game.
This
Create
might be
a new
cheating.
plot and we will name this background. We set its transform component and we can remove the mesh collider as we won't be using it. Select the background sprite, change the red mode to repeat, and click on
So
apply.
Unity Endless Runner 2D spawning prefab after other.
Hey all, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to round out our 3-part series on creating a kind of endless runner style hover racer game with a procedurally generated track and a floating origin. In this video, we're going to look at how we can trigger the spawning of new track pieces as the player progresses. We're going to do this
It's only 6
using
minutes, it's
events.
fine.
Let's check it out.
Nope.
Where the kind of camera moves is the resetting of the floating origin that we're using here. Oh, I'm so bad at driving. But what you can see is that as we pass through, there we go, I just passed through it again. As we pass through these invisible trigger colliders, there's one. As we pass through these invisible trigger colliders, it adds a new track piece.
That's basically what I want.
And there we go, we see some of them disappearing. It also adds a countdown which will cause some of the previous pieces to be deactivated and disappear. So let's take a look at how this is being done. It's really simple. If we open our south to north track prefab here, we'll see, and I should actually make this exit trigger bigger because now it's definitely possible for the player to pass through it without triggering it. I'm not too worried about it because we will eventually hit one. But basically, if it passes through this invisible box, it's going to call a function in this trigger exit script, and we have a delay here for how long we're going to wait before we deactivate the piece that this is attached to. So let's just take a look at this. So nice, simple script here. We have a public field for our delay, and then
Good idea. We can do like a yield return new, wait for seconds like
first for a delegate,
10 or
called
something,
exit action,
then
and then a public static
just cut out.
event called onChunk exited.
Like,
We
delete
also
this,
have a
delete this
private
object.
boolean to check if we have exited yet, right? Then we're going to set exited to equal true.
Yep.
Pick and spawn chunk. So this is going to trigger this
Whoa.
function, pick and spawn a new chunk of our level every time this onChunk exited event is raised. And we're going to raise every time this onChunk
So let's deal with that exit part. So I need to create actually a new script. That's good. So we'll create a folder called world. Right, we are going to do that is create a C# script. Call it world generator, because we're going to work on the exiting and generating in this. So I want public game object exit trigger void update. Might be just void, it'll be fine. So if start out the script though. Oh no. Unity if Unity if collision with game object. What is it? Collision.game object, not name. So it needs to be an avoid collision enter. Okay, so I'll have to shrink this one a bit more to be able to see. Can't really do more, can we? That works, yeah. So checking if we exit an object. So if no void on collision enter 2D. If collision dot game object dot collision dot game object. What else can we use? Can we just do that? Can we just have collision dot game object? Because that in debug.log closing soon. It'll be good enough for me to find. Now, will that just work? So we just create a 2D square. That should work, right? Basically, just manipulate it slightly, or slightly. Let a sprite renderer off. Collider, we only need a box collider 2D. And we need to set it as a trigger. Then we put the generate a script. Call this exit trigger. Yeah. Let's leave this on for now, so we can see what we're doing. So if we were to play this now, as soon as we get to there, you should see on this bottom bar that it should say closing soon. Or not. Oh. That was my fault. So if we were to put the exit trigger into here instead, should work. If we set the player's tag. Just so we don't see any issues later on, let's go back into main game. And it should work. Nope. That's our issue, it's if other if game object dot tag if other dot tag if other dot tag is player, saying there's an issue. If other dot tag player debug dot log closing soon. Get a bit tired. That works. Let's try it anyway. Even though there is an error. That just worked then. So on trigger enter. Now that makes sense. That ever goes away, and this could work. There we go. Don't know why those things are back though. Because it's not correct. Now, this could work a bit better now. What I'm going to do is really quickly move this across. I'll just drag it down line in a second. Unit minus 10 at 15. Then good enough. No, because that's not what we need, is it? Basically, I am thinking of a way of like, if I do this, because there won't be the point of deleting that. Why do I call it on trigger enter as well? So let's just name it. This will close the. This will. Existing. Oh, I've already put that. I don't need that anymore. So yeah, that'll have to do for today. So I'll put it as ending soon. So I have not talked as much today. I'm sorry about that. It was just new things and I had to learn things. I've been sitting in this chair a lot longer than just the 2 hours. I had my radio show earlier at 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Then, sorry, I'm now just like moving around. From 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, so about 3. Yeah, it would have been 3 o'clock when I started editing the videos and saving them to the server. And then, because I didn't have enough space on my Mac, so then I'm going to download again the video files, which I'll then upload to YouTube tomorrow. But tomorrow, I'll also deal with I really just want to get in bed right now. I'll deal with the PowerPoint in my free time, or tomorrow in the morning, probably my free time, just in bed. Because I need to remember what I did and save what I have done. Like, note down what I've done. But yeah, that'll be all. I am Alec Game Dev, and you've been watching. I am Alec, and you've been watching Alec Game Dev. Yeah. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on not YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Alec Game Dev. That's in the description. I keep saying this every single time. I need to get around to it. I'm going to be editing the Twitch to make it look better. Yeah, check out ostm.co.uk. That's my. I'm so sorry. That is my radio station at OSTM Radio. To be honest, the Twitch streams feel a lot more chilling when I'm on the radio station, because I've got quite a few people watching there, which I know I should be preparing in case people come somehow. Quite a few people want to watch my previous streams. But it's not that, it's just like, I don't have to like, hello, it's DJ Kelly, and you are listening to OSTM Radio. Right now we got blah 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 on. I just get to sit here, say what I want. Well, I can say what I want on the radio station. I'm the owner, and like I do say quite a bit of weird stuff. Like I talked about a cat that I saw meowing once. So yeah, you can actually find that on YouTube. On OSTM Radio's YouTube. You can find that as well at ostm.co.uk. I can't keep promoting OSTM Radio like a lot about it. That's for the radio station itself. Yeah, we got Patreon. That's also in the about section. It will be on Twitch. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all. Well, today, really. Not today, but yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Realistically, this is like accounting when I go to sleep, but yeah, technically today. Anyway, stop rambling on. I need to stop rambling on. I was all jumpy at the start. Stop rambling on. But that's it. If you have got 3 viewers, not bad for nothing. But yeah. Goodbye, and I'll just say my outro, I guess. Oh, come on, stop rambling on. Okay. I'm Alec Game Dev, and I'll see you all next time.